Hey guys, I hope you're well. I'm making this video to help you understand how to identify the terms of an expression, so the word terms, and then also how to think about the coefficient of each term. Okay, so those are the two things that we're going to do. So I'm going to go over yesterday's homework, and I hope that it's helpful for today's assignment. Okay, so let's just look over the vocabulary at the top. It says the terms of an expression are the parts of an expression that are separated by an addition or subtraction sign. So those are the two things that you want to look for. Okay, and then it says a coefficient is a number that is multiplied by a variable. So what I'm going to do is let's look at an expression right now and talk about that a little bit more. So we have 11r plus 7s. So from the vocabulary or the definition, it said a term is separated by an addition or subtraction sign. So right here, I see an addition sign. So that means the terms are being separated by that addition sign. So in this expression, I have one term and I have two terms. So this is one term, or rather, I'm sorry, this is one term, and this is a second term. So we have one term, two terms, and they're separated by this addition sign. Okay, so let's just jot down. So this has two terms. Okay, now the first term that I see, okay, is 11r. That's one term. And the second term is 7s. So these are the two terms of the expression. All right, so if the direction had said identify the terms of the expression, this is exactly the same one, 11r plus 7s. Well, the terms are 11r and 7s. Those are the two terms, okay? That's a give the coefficient of each term. So basically, a coefficient is a number that is multiplied by a variable. So let's go back to the example. Well, in this example, 11r and 7s, r is a variable, and s is a variable. Okay, so the number being multiplied by the variable here, what's getting multiplied by this variable r? Oh, 11. 11 is being multiplied by r. So in the term 11r, the coefficient or the number that's being multiplied by r is 11. The coefficient of 11r is 11. And the coefficient of 7s, well, what's getting multiplied by this variable? 7. The number 7 is getting multiplied by the variable 7. So the coefficient is 7. So if I were to jot this down, the terms are 11r and 7s, and I could say the coefficient of 11r is 11, and the coefficient of 7s is 7. Okay, so let's try our other number 2. 6g minus h. Well, the terms is what gets separated by an addition or subtraction sign. I don't see an addition sign, but what I do see is that subtraction sign right here. So the terms would be on either side of it. So the terms in this expression is 6g and h. Those are the two terms. Okay, now let's think about the coefficient here. What's getting multiplied by, in 6g, here it is, what's getting multiplied by the variable? Well, the coefficient of 6g is 6. because 6 is what's getting multiplied by that variable. So this is your coefficient. Okay, what about h? What number is getting multiplied by h? Well, it can't be 0 because 0 times h would mean nothing at all. There's 1 in front of that h because 1 times anything is that number, right? In this case, it'd be the variable. So for us to have an h here, it's really like multiplying 1 times 8. So whenever you see a variable standing by itself, there's a 1 in front of it. So the coefficient of h is 1. Well, think about this one for a second. If it was 0 times h, that would mean that it's 0. It's nothing. So it can't be 0 in front of here. It has to be 1. Okay, I hope this is helping. Let's take a look at number 3. We have k minus 1/3 d. Again, the terms is getting separated by either an addition sign or a subtraction sign. I don't see addition here. I see my subtraction sign right here. So my terms would be on either side. It's getting separated by this. You can almost imagine like the subtraction sign creates like a barrier, a wall. Well, what's on either side? I have k on this side. That's one term. So my terms would be k, okay? K, and my other term is right here, 1/3 d. This whole thing is a term. 1/3 d. So the coefficient, what's getting multiplied by k? Well, we spoke about this. Whenever there's a variable by itself, the coefficient is 1. That's for k. And for 1/3 d, what's getting multiplied by d? 1/3 is getting multiplied by d. So in this case, the coefficient of 1/3 d is 1/3. That's what's getting multiplied to that variable. What are we multiplying to that variable? 1/3. And we know it's multiplied because we spoke about this. Whenever there's no operation between, we know there's a invisible multiplication sign. Okay, number 4. Okay, first thing I'm looking for, is there an addition or a subtraction sign? Once I've spotted it, I know that what's on either side is, they're my terms. Okay, we're soon going to see multiples. So if I have another addition sign, that means this will have 3 terms. But in this case, we just have 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. My terms are 5/10 x and 2 and 5/10 y. Those are my 2 terms. All right, what's my coefficient here? Well, the coefficient of 5/10 x is what's getting multiplied to x? 5/10. Okay, and the coefficient of 2 and 5/10 y is, well, what's getting multiplied to y? 2 and 5/10. That's my coefficient. Is the number that's getting multiplied to the variable. And let's take a look at the last one, because this one is the one that's different from the rest. Okay, but we stick to the same rules. I'm looking for my addition, or my subtraction sign. Here's my addition sign. That means my terms are going to be on either side of this. So my terms, here it's 2x and 8. Those are my 2 terms. Okay, great. For 2x, the coefficient of 2x, well, what's getting multiplied to my variable x? 2. So that is my coefficient. The coefficient of 2x is 2. What about 8? Well, what's getting multiplied to the variable? There is no variable. There's no coefficient here. This is just a number. Remember, a coefficient is what's getting multiplied to a variable. So in this case, 2x plus 8, there are 2 terms, 2x and 8. But the only coefficient is the 2, because that's the only thing that's getting multiplied by a variable here. 8 is standing by itself. It's just a number. So whenever you see a number by itself, okay, as a term, it's not a coefficient because it's not getting multiplied by a variable. And the last thing you want to know is if you see a variable by itself, the coefficient is 1. There's a 1 in front of it. Okay, so I hope this was helpful going over today's homework. And I hope that you're able to apply this to tomorrow's homework, or rather today's homework, because you're going to be looking at this today. And reach out to myself or Mr. Weintraub if you have any questions. We will see you guys on Wednesday for a meeting. Okay, guys, hope you're safe. Bye.